Alright, here we go with some more Ponza action in this, or Ponza with some more 12 Moon action. This one a mulligan though. This is a keeper. This is actually pretty nice. I think we're going to want that. Never on the play, but we are going to live the dream with the turn 2 Magus of the Moon. Might have the turn 3 Titan as well, right? Pretty good. We will have the turn 3 Titan. So, of course, Noble Hierarch automatically makes our plan a little worse, but I still think it's going to be pretty good. Yeah, well, that's how he's going to use red mana himself. That's unfortunate. Imagine if we'd been on the play, he would have just had this wall of it. So he's playing Kiki Chord. And he seems to have a very good draw for Kiki Chord. So that's... Oh, there's more? Jesus. Well, the Inferno Titan will be good. Magus of the Moon, not so much. I guess, you know, step one with... Yeah, step one is take him off everything with the Magus of the Moon. Restrict his mana to just these, which, to be fair, is a bunch of mana colors he wants. But next turn we get to play Inferno Titan and wipe up the mana dorks, and the game ends at that point if he doesn't just go off on us, which I'm not putting it past him. I mean, he could just path our guy here. He might just Chord for... He might just play Nahiri. Sure hope he doesn't exile our Arbor Elf. Okay, he's not, so... that's actually good for us, to be honest. It's actually very good for us. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we might have just lost if he had exiled our Arbor Elf. We would have been so far away from doing anything. As it stands, though, we get to take out all his mana sources to restrict him to just green and red mana. Good news is Nahiri cannot exile our Inferno Titan. Next turn we can play another Inferno Titan, but yeah, this is a good spot. He's got red and green mana, and I don't feel like either of those colors is killing our Inferno Titan here. Now he could plus his Nahiri, force us to send everything at Nahiri. Depending on what he does with that, it could be very good for him, but that Inferno Titan was insane. And even if we don't, we either get to attack with Inferno Titan, I think, or cast Inferno Titan. Either way, we get to do damage to this thing, so it doesn't ultimate on us. In worst case scenario, we could even turn our Magus of the Moon into a Stormbreath Dragon. Obviously, I do not want to do that. Yeah, got another bird. That's this feels pretty good. Okay. Well, yeah, let's go ahead and reveal this miracle. Alright, let me go ahead and make a bunch of mana, because that's a thing we can do. Yep, yep. Sure, so we're going to do it for 5. That's pretty good. Man. Yeah. Yeah, GG, man. That was pretty nuts, to be honest. That was... If he had exiled our Arbor Elf with his Nahiri, that game looks entirely different. But there's no reason for him to expect Inferno Titan there. But that was a turn 2 Blood Moon that was very good. Now we want the Fire Spouts. And the Bonfire. And get the Throne out of here, get the Acid Mosses out of here like usual. So, you know, like I said, it is weird playing Fire Spout in a Mana Dork deck. We have 8 Mana Dorks, we're playing Fire Spout, but we're planning on getting rid of our Mana Dork to Eldritch Evolution anyways. And, of course, if we draw Fire Spout, we know he has Mana Dorks, and we can play around it that way. But that was a pretty nice game 1 here. The deck can just absolutely steamroll people if they don't interact with you enough right there. We gave him 3 mountains, and then we killed all of his Mana Dorks. And in his mind, he probably didn't think Blood Moon was a big deal because he had all the Mana Dorks. And in Nahiri, I mean, honestly, if you're on his side of that table there, without an Inferno Titan, it probably feels good for him. I mean, Stormbreath's obviously very good against him as well, but you know, those are just some pretty specific cards you don't see a lot of in Modern. So yeah, I would not necessarily be expecting them either if I were him. Or her. I think we keep this. It's iffy, but we have the Arbor Elf Utopias for All Dream. We actually have the, well, I guess we don't have the Dream. Huh. We need to hit a land. Not quite the Dream. Still good, but not the Dream until we hit another land. Hit a land, though, his hand. I like it a lot. That wasn't it. Alright. So if we hit a land, we can go Utopia Sprawl, tap for 4 mana, Monvuli Acid Moss him, untap, cast Inferno Titan on turn 3 again. So if not, we have to settle for putting out more mana, but I would love to hit a land. Oh, we've done it, but it's the wrong one. Oh no. We needed a forest. Yeah, this is still fine. We're still gonna play our we're gonna have 3 mana. So would I play the bird or the Magus of the Moon? I'll probably play the Magus of the Moon. I actually think we want green mana out of this. Maybe that was, it probably doesn't matter. Okay, so untap. We play Magus of the Moon, which I think is going to be the plan, because then he only has, and he's got this. So I guess the thing is we're going to have 4, well maybe, okay, let's look at it this way. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 6 for the Inferno Titan. No, I've actually changed my mind. I'm going to play the birds, because I think that the Inferno Titan is more vital to actually winning the game here than landing a Blood Moon. When, you know, like red mana is obviously thinking you do with anyways. Whereas if we hit the Inferno Titan next turn, we kill the birds, which takes them off of white mana. Now, of course, if he Nihiris us here, that's going to be a bad time. We might just lose, but that is the risk. If we had hit a forest there, though, we could have acid mossed his stomping ground, which would have been very good, and still propelled us into that Inferno Titan. And done so in a way that Nahiri would not have been the blowout that it is right now, because he wouldn't have been able to cast it. So we're certainly at risk right here. He made the mistake last game of not exiling our Arbor Elf and got punished for it, so I wouldn't suspect that same mistake will be made. I guess if he does that and gets rid of this, we'll still have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana to play Acid Moss, which puts us at 5 mana, and then we can hit a land to play Inferno Titan. He's filtering into green here. He's playing Chord Calling. This can't be good. I assume we're playing Chord. Yeah, X equals 3. Fiend Hunter for our Arbor Elf. Oh god, it's even worse. That's pretty good, man. Well, good news for us is our plan is still alive. Getting him off this plains. I mean, that sucked, but you know, our plan here is still, we're still alive. We still hit a land. We play an Inferno Titan and get to wipe 3 creatures away, including hitting his mana. So the dream is not dead. Yeah, bring it all in, man. I refuse to block. Alright, so we're at 13. It all just depends on how devastating his play here is, to be honest. And, of course, our top deck. Kitchen Finks is not that big of a deal if we hit a land. Here we go. Come on, deck. Oh, there's more. All right. Oh, I knew we... Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we can play the Magus of the Moon. I guess that's better than the Blood Moon. Because we can stop the 1/1 from coming in. Next turn we can turn it into we can use the Eldritch Evolution to turn it into a Storm Breath, I guess. We just want to hit a land. That's rough though. Now we're taking. I mean, this would actually trade. I would actually maybe just take the trade here. I don't know. I'm not sure, but we're taking at least 6 damage, which is rough. He's coming in with this. I don't think there's any reason not to block here. Oh, he's got Resto Angel. So he's got Restoration Angel right here. Now, is it correct for me to throw this guy under the... This is actually... he's certainly representing Restoration Angel, and I'm not sure that there's any reason for us not to give him credit for it, because if we block here, we take 7, we go to 6, and that Resto Angel, it's enough to kill us. If we actually block here, then we take 5, and then we hit that land, and we can kill some of this stuff, and block this. This is a weird situation, but I think I might be right. I think I have the read on this. Of course, if he just restos this post-combat anyways, then we've taken 5. We're down a guy. We're at 8. He plays Resto Angel. So that gets through 8. That takes us to 5. Takes us to 2. Takes us to 1. Takes us to 0. All right, well, I guess if that's the case, we can't beat Restoration Angel. So, we may as well block here. And blocking here is better than blocking here, so that he can't Resto and get the +1 trigger. Shockingly, he had a Restoration Angel. And he wants to give our guy -1/-1, I assume, or his own team plus. Okay. Wants to plus his team. It is for all the damage. Alright, so we're dead even if we hit a land here. And we didn't anyways. Okay. Well, I think we did everything we could that game. That game was so close. I mean, if we hit the different land, if we don't hit one of the 3 basic mountains, maybe you make the argument there just shouldn't be that many mountains in here. Maybe this should just be more all in on forests. It may actually be a relevant argument. I think we're gonna get Kitchen Finks in here over the Acid Moss. I'd like the flexibility of having access to one. That was close. I mean, we didn't hit the land anyway, so nothing we did there matters, but we were just so close to breaking that game open early. And though, like I said, the list I pulled had 3 mountains, but I think it's probably better off being fewer than that, just based on that play right there. I would like to play first. I'd like to keep this turn 2 Magus of the Moon hand, turn 3 Inferno Titan hand. Actually, I don't think that's true. I don't think it is... It's not, but that's fine. Again, we're getting trolled by the basic mountain actually, because this is actually just a deck building error then that I've spotted from pulling this list. I've tested with it a bunch in paper, proxied up with friends, but have not did not necessarily consider this on Magic Online when I just typed in the list. So I think that these mountains should be forests. Maybe we'll not get punished. No, we got punished. Okay. So actually, I'm just gonna. I mean, it still sort of works fine, to be honest, but I think I'm actually just gonna Stone Rain him here. Alternatively, I guess this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This only gets us to 5, which isn't this. I'm just gonna Stone Rain him. We kill the basic, which makes our Magus of the Moon alongside our birds better next turn. I think it's assuming we can find like a mana source in the next couple turns. The Inferno Titan is going to be very good, of course, as you expect it to be. All right, so let's get the Magus of the Moon out there. Of course, he had another basic, so that's unfortunate. But if it's I actually would love for him to path our guy so we can go get a forest and then have another. But all right, not the case. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. So if we hit a land, oh, and he actually doesn't have another. Excellent. Okay, and we hit a land. So just go ahead and Inferno Titan him out of the game. I say that even if he has a path. I mean, he's going to lose his birds. It's not like we have a fast clock he could theoretically draw out of it, but this is pretty good. Turboing out Inferno Titan is very good. The Titans are all good, right? We don't see Frost Titan or Grave Titan in Modern, but Sun Titan, Primeval Titan, and Inferno Titan have all been played. Oh, well, thank you, man. I love getting nice messages on MTGO. Well, this was a fun match. We're seeing this. These Blood Moons have been relevant. If nothing else, it makes people fetch a little awkwardly. But yeah, that was nice. So good game.